first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Still first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lance going to put it up right away. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Lance now to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former number 1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Stafford now to throw. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stafford. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Lance now on first down. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 74 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one: the man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Drill right, 22.
Again, it's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Throwing on first down is Lance. He's got Ayuk once again. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Lance looking to throw it. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The football going back to the Rams now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Going right back to Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. To throw is Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Forced out, and he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Lance now on 1st down. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 1st down, Lance. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here we go.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You know, you force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A 3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lance going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They give up the middle to Akers. And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Stafford. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Cade York on now for the field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. York able to send this one through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end, taking it right down Broadway. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, 49ers.
That was a special return, And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the give, this is Akers. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start. It's a sack.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He'll get this complete to, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the fumble recovery, Lance.
And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Give him 30 yards there. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
On play action, Lance.
And he's got his man on the out route. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to.
Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Stafford now to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The offense on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Stafford. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Now a play fake. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Play action. Now it's Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff, now Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. One last throw here for Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with